It's so much for this Bibo. Chimdi's friend Alex commented with a sly grin. That's what real men do, Alex. They take care of their women. It's something you should try too. Chimdi replied confidently. I feel you, nigga, no be lie. I feel you. But between me, I would have waited till we're married. I don't want to get into any wahala, beg. All these beefs. Alex shot back with a nervous laugh. No, guys, stop it there. You know, the one thing I won't take is you talking about my boma anyhow. Meanwhile, I appreciate your concerns, but she's not just any babe, she's my woman. Chimdi's tone becoming very serious. Don't be angry now, no vex. I just dey whine you, Alex said, raising his hands in mock surrender. No problem, it's fine, Chimdi replied, calming down. Chimdi and Boma shared a love story so beautiful that it could make you believe in fairy tales. They had met when Chimdi had just graduated from the university and Boma was still in her first year. Shortly after, tragedy struck. Boma lost her dad. Life wasn't easy after that, as her father had been her major education sponsor. Boma, things haven't been the same since your dad left us. And I'm really trying, but it's not easy. Boma's mom lamented. Just paid your younger siblings' school fees. They can't afford to be at home in junior secondary school. They need the foundation. But at least you are in the university already. You're in a higher institution, Boma. You might have to hold on for now. But mommy, it's just 2 more years now. Please. Boma, I'm trying. I can't kill myself. Please. I'm trying. Her mom replied, visibly stressed. Boma cried and later met with Chimdi, her lover, in a small restaurant. You don't look so bright, Bom's love. What's happening? Chimdi asked, concerned. Chimdi, I might not be able to continue schooling for now. I feel heartbroken. Boma's voice trailed off. Calm down, he said, trying to comfort her. It's not easy, Chimdi, she replied. Chimdi knew his own financial responsibilities were already overwhelming, and he wasn't earning enough to fully support Boma. But he had to do something. He couldn't just stand by and watch her dream crumble. He told her, I will see what I can do about it. How do you want to do it, Chim? Don't worry. I know you're just trying to pick up and put your finances together. For now, I'll just support my mom in the market, Boma said, trying to be strong. You're my life, Boma. I will do anything to see your dreams come true, he said, taking her hand. They stared at each other deeply, love and determination in their eyes. Chimdi, who was practically a one-man scholarship fund, did not just pay for Boma's tuition. He also covered her living expenses and even supported her mother's business financially. One day, trouble came knocking at their door. Boma's younger brother Timmy, in a desperate attempt to earn money to support the family after their dad's death, had borrowed money from local loan sharks, and now the debt was out of control. They were threatening to kill him if they didn't pay up. Your brother wants to finish me, oh! Hey, Boma's mom wailed. They're threatening to kill him, Boma. Timmy didn't tell me he borrowed that money. He didn't tell me. I wouldn't have taken it. Mommy, where did you think he would have gotten that kind of money from? Boma asked. I don't know. What are we going to do? What are we going to do, Boma? Yeah, now ask Chimdi to help us, Biko. Her mother pleaded. No, Mommy. Chimdi has done too much already now. So what do we do? What do we do? Her mom asked, her voice filled with despair. Her mother had to call Chimdi on the phone by herself, complaining about the situation. That evening, under the heavy rain, without thinking twice, he grabbed his coat and headed out into the stormy night. He had to do something, anything to help. When he arrived, Boma was so shy. You shouldn't have come. We would sort it out, Boma stammered. Is that why you couldn't call me, Your mom had to call, Chimdi asked, a bit hurt. You shouldn't have come. I don't want to bother you with any more. Chimdi didn't reply immediately. Instead, he reached into his pocket and picked a thick envelope, handing it over to her without a word. Her eyes widened in disbelief. What is this? It's the money. Enough to pay Timmy's debt and get those people off your backs. Chim! She shouted at the sight of the cash inside. This is too much now. Where did you get this? I had to sell my laptop and generator. What? Boma's voice was a mix of shock and disbelief. Chimdi, no now, you did not. The laptop was everything to you. How will you manage? Chimdi looked at her, eyes filled with love. Boma, Timmy is your family, and by extension, that makes him my family. I couldn't just stand and do nothing while you and your brother were in danger. Those things can be replaced, but your brother Timmy's life can never be replaced. Boma's eyes were filled with tears, her heart swelling with an overwhelming mix of gratitude and sorrow. Chimdi, I don't know what to say. I don't know. You've done too much for us. I don't know how I'll ever be able to repay you, Boma whispered, her voice choked with emotion. He raised his hands and touched her. You don't need to repay me, Boma. I will do it again in a heartbeat. You're my family. You're everything to me. I just want to see you happy, safe, and at peace. Their love blossomed, growing stronger with each passing day. It was a kind of love that made people around sigh with envy. Chimdi's finances also grew, and he also started thinking about marriage. But Boma, the ever planner, asked him to wait till she was done with school. Chima, I can't imagine being pregnant in school or not being able to give my full attention to marriage when I'm in. So it's better we wait now. I'm in my final year already, pleaded. Chim, the ever understanding lover, agreed. However, in her final year, Boma started hanging out with some classy girls in school. She claimed they were fun and her entire life had just been too serious. It was time to ease up a little. Bones, you are a very beautiful girl. And this your beauty, eh? It is worth millions, her friend Tracy said. Thanks, Tracy. I'm blushing. But girl, you're wasting this beauty, she shot back, raising an eyebrow. Wasting? How? Boma asked, curious. How can only that your boyfriend, Chimdi, be the only one enjoying this beauty? She teased. Stop that. See here, Chimdi is not just my boyfriend though. We've come a long way. I'm not doubting that, but darling, that's your Chimdi. Can he give you 2 million without running around? Tracy asked, her voice challenging. Why should he give me that kind of money? You see, it feels like big money to you, Boma. But me, I see like 20 million, sometimes more in a month, Tracy said nonchalantly. Tracy, stop. I don't understand where you're driving at. She laughed. Don't worry, Boma. You don't need to understand all at once. I will introduce you to some big guys, said with a knowing wink. I'm not interested though. Boma laughed, taking it all lightly. Little did she know that the more she hung out with Tracy and the others, the more her perspectives would change. A few weeks later, Tracy introduced her to some big guys. Tracy, do you know guys with so much money? Boma asked, her curiosity heightened. Babe, leave that one for me, she replied, flipping her hair. That guy gave me 1.5 million. And we didn't even do anything, no. It took me for shopping. Took me to that fancy restaurant in town. Girl, what my eyes are seeing in these few days, eh? Ah! Boma confessed, giggling like a schoolgirl. We even talked very deep. I told him I had a boyfriend, and he said he doesn't mind, said, blushing. That's a real man, Boma. That's what I'm telling you. That's a real man, said with a satisfied grin. But Tracy, I'm not cheating on Chimdi, but I need more of this cash. So it's like I'm going to hang out with him a little more. Besides, I think he's really cool, Boma said, smiling. That's how we roll, baby girl. That's how we roll. They both laughed, enjoying. Chimdi began to notice Boma's new lifestyle, and he grew concerned. He asked her, my love, all these new clothes and hairstyles that you're wearing, where did you get the money to buy them? He was trying to mask his worry. Chim, can't I buy anything for myself without taking money from you? She retorted, slightly defensive. I didn't say that. But the change is quite noticeable. What's going on, baby girl? I called you several times on Friday. You even missed my call on Thursday. You said you went out with that your friend Tracy, and I've been warning you about that girl. You did not even bother to call me back. What is happening? He pressed, his unsigned grin. Nothing, Boma replied curtly. There was a long, uncomfortable silence between them. Not long after, Boma became intimate with one of the wealthy men she had stayed hanging out with, and she began falling in love with him. She went to meet her friend Tracy and was gisting her. Tracy, I'm scared though. Chimdi won't forgive me for this, Boma confessed, her voice trembling. And who cares about what Chimdi thinks? Girl, we are made for soft life, not that struggle life with Chimdi. But Tracy, Chimdi has spent a lot on me, and he's the reason I'm even able to write these final year exams. I would have dropped out of school by now, Boma argued, her voice filled with guilt. Well, that means he is your destiny helper now. God will surely reward him. But you don't have to marry him, babe. Can't you see our mothers? Do you think if they married made men will be here today? My love is not everything. Even after your dad died, let me ask you, life would have still been soft. But you know the story already, Tracy said, waving her hand dismissively. Boma started spending more time with Austin, her new love interest. She no longer loved Chimdi. She loved the luxurious lifestyle Austin offered her. One day, Austin asked, Boma, marry me. Austin, I'm afraid that Chimdi might kill me. He'll be too heartbroken. But the truth is, I want you now, Boma admitted. Don't worry. I'll pay Chimdi every dime and more he has spent on you. I'll give him 20 million, Austin promised. 20 million. That's a lot, Boma said, surprised but pleased. Yes, I want him to move on because I have you now, Austin smiled, holding her hands. Boma knew that this would break Chimdi's heart, but she didn't care. She was all about the money now. Back in her mother's house. What do you mean you don't want Chimdi anymore? Her mother asked in disbelief. Mommy, Chimdi has tried, I agree, but I am made for more. Besides, have you noticed his accents? Mommy, I am more sophisticated than Chimdi. And you see Austin, he has real money now. That's how I've been able to get us this new house. Change our lifestyle, change our clothing. Shut up there, Boma. How could you forget everything that Chimdi has done? My hands are not involved though. My hands are not involved in this nonsense, her mother said, clearly upset. Mommy, I don't love him anymore, Boma insisted. Because of money, eh? Her mom asked. No, it's not just money. Austin is better, Boma replied with finality. As soon as Boma finished her final exams, she left the States in a hurry. She dropped a voice note for Chimdi online and blocked him. Chimdi, I'm sorry. This isn't what I planned for us. Please send me your account details and I will pay back all that I owe and more. I promise you that you will find love somewhere else, she said, her voice breaking. No, what's this? No, don't do this to me, Boma, Chimdi cried. Don't do this to me, Boma. Tried calling her on the phone and it was switched off. Overwhelmed with heartbreak, he cried, No, I've spent my whole life on this girl. No. His friend Alex tried to comfort him, and in a moment of desperation, he hurried to Boma's mother's house. He didn't know what to do to seek revenge. Her mother cried, saying she wasn't involved in Boma's decision. Chimdi felt like his world had crumbled. His heart was shattered. He struggled with the thought of revenge. How can I make her pay? How can I get revenge? My heart. It shall never be well with you, Boma. I need nothing to deserve this cruelty. Nothing. I gave you everything I could give. Meanwhile, Boma moved on seamlessly. She enjoyed her new life with Austin, who promised her an elaborate wedding. In less than 3 months, everything was set. On the wedding day, Boma wore her classy wedding gown, surrounded by friends and family. She looked elegant, but as she walked down the aisle towards Austin, something strange happened. Confusion clouded her face. Austin's face began to look like Chimdi's in her eyes. She began to scream uncontrollably, Chimdi, Chimdi! The wedding ceremony descended into chaos as everyone tried to hold her down. Boma had lost her mind in the middle of what was supposed to be the happiest day of her life. The crowd was baffled. Austin's high-class family was mortified. What really happened? Did Chimdi do something to make her go crazy? Was it life punishing her for all she had done to Chimdi? What would happen next? Would she recover? Would the marriage still hold? Let me know if you would like a continuation of this story. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, you might miss out on more stories like this one. Please subscribe and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified each time new content comes up. Share with me your moral lessons that you've learned from this story. Thank you and I love you. Bye.